So I'll talk about the only person that I've really lost, my dad, when my dad transitioned from Alzheimer's. Um, my dad was part of a Lebanese immigrant family, and I wish I had known him more as a person. I don't know if it was possible because you can't know what you know. But as his child, he had his own furniture company. He was one of the most creative, artistic human beings I've ever met. And I wish I had known him more as a person. We had a lot of family dynamics involved, some abuse and all that stuff. So a lot of my childhood prevented me from getting to know him, and then the dementia set in. But I got to know him in a different way with the dementia because he couldn't speak. And we used the language of singing and eye contact and touch and love. So I just wish I would have known him more as Albert Carmen Masad and not my daddy, because he is a really neat human. And he was brilliant, so creative. So I wish I would have known him a little differently. And I wish we had had conversations about how he wanted to end his life should something get in the way of him doing his own planning. Well, I have a unique perspective, having helped my own father with dementia, and now I caretake my mother, who has terminal cancer. And I also work in the funeral industry. So I have witnessed myself what happens when families don't have conversations. And it's also given me perspective as I've watched families that haven't had the conversation at the kitchen table versus elsewhere when life happens and you have to make decisions, but you have no idea what the person wants. So in my case, I don't want any drama. I love cremation, and I just want someone to cremate me and scatter me wherever y'all want. If you want to keepsake of me, great. And should I ever get to the point where I am no longer able to articulate my wishes and desires, I would write them down so that my family would have a better understanding of what matters to me. Because when you can't answer that question with someone that you are responsible for and caring for in their most vulnerable state, it can really get to you once they've transitioned. So one thing I've learned, having to take care of two parents with terminal illness, even though they were different illnesses, I would encourage any child. I'm learning that a lot of children my age, I'm 42, we're kind of the sandwich generation. If you have to take care of a parent, I encourage you, as a caretaker, everyone's going to tell you, you should take care of yourself. Well, that's a very flippant response when you are busy taking care of another human. It is a very true statement, though. You need to find time for yourself, even if it's just 10 minutes. I am learning that because I'm on round 2 with my parent, and I'm at a different level of fatigue than I was when I started at 30 taking care of dad versus 42, 5 years in with mom. And I would encourage you. I'm not talking about religion, but I joke. My friends are like, how do you get through this? I'm like, God, therapy, and drugs in multiple orders. You need a therapist for your head. You need spiritual direction for your heart. And you need friends that will listen. And it's okay that there are a lot of people in your life that haven't been through this, and they're not going to understand it. Do your best to give yourself grace and give others grace too, because this isn't fun. This is not something you would post on Instagram, but it is life, and everyone's going to experience it. So